Kayla Waller with Waller Adventures. Today we are going to be doing a tour of Beaufort. It's going to be a 3-part video because we are doing the whole town of Beaufort. So here we go. So as we go on this tour, you can see houses will have plaques like this. The blue ones mean that they're over 100 years old, and there are a couple of white and black ones that will say like 1920 something. So you'll see all the houses with these plaques. This is St. Paul's Episcopal Church of 1857. Here's the other half of it. But the inside is actually a replica of a ship because the guys that built this church were shipbuilders. So it's pretty cool inside. If you happen to come on a Sunday and want to go to church, you should come in and check it out. So the Wade House of 1833 is a good example of a shotgun house. They used to have some of these lined up back here in the back. But the reason why it's called a shotgun house is you can look through the window and see the other end of the house. So here is another good example of the kitchen being separate from the house. As you can see, they probably turned that into something else now, but that used to be the kitchen of this house. So a dead giveaway that a house is historic, probably in the 17 or 1800s, is the porch will either be a dark gray, like this one, or a green. It will have shutters, and it will have the window panes like this. They look really like glassy, like they have like a weird haze over them. And also the bottom of the house, like the foundation, will be covered because back then not having your the foundation of your house covered was basically like a woman wearing no pants. So if you're driving around Beaufort and just want to know if it's like a true historic house, those are the signs that will tell you that it is a true historic house. So this is the Hatzel House of 1827. It used to be a cool hangout spot and a part-time residency for a Confederate spy by the name of Emmeline Pickett. Yes, she is a female, and yes, she was in the Confederacy. Back then, they used, they would, get females to come in to be spies because they were very, incognito and very, not suspicious. But this is where she part-time resided and hung out. So this is the Slough House of 1768. The guy that built this house was actually a sea captain, and he had a little girl, and she wanted to see England. So he brought her along to see England, and on her way back, she died. If you haven't caught on who I'm talking about, it is the little girl in the rum keg. He promised his wife that he would bring her back to Beaufort, and she died, and the way to preserve her body was to keep her in a rum keg, and she is buried in this rum keg in the old burial grounds. So right across the street is Front Street Grill. It is a awesome place to get a good meal. The tuna is really good, but if you go through the double doors where these people are going through, you can also go outside, and there is a rum bar. So you get to sit outside, have a little drink, and get the view of the Beaufort waterfront. So this is the Watercraft Center. They build boats here. They, and also refabricate boats as well. And right across the street is the North Carolina Maritime Museum. I also did a video on the museum. In here they talk about Blackbeard the pirate, but they also talk about fishing in here, about making boats as well, and everything like that. So you have Moonrakers. It is an awesome restaurant as well. If you go up to the 3rd floor, you have a great view of the Beaufort waterfront. And right beside it is Finn's Grill. They have some great grilled oysters. So you should check them out as well when you come visit. So this little building right here is a bathroom now for the public. But it used to be the police station here in Beaufort back in the day. This little whole section is it has a whole bunch of shops. They redid it, but the Beaufort Creamery is going to be there. So you should check that out when it opens. Okay, so we are walking on Turner Street. This is the main street you drive into when you come into Beaufort. But this is where the shops are, the historic site, everything like that. But we're going to talk about this side of the street for now, for this video. So on this side of Turner Street, you have the Royal James, which I did a video on, which is really cool. They have the best burgers in Beaufort. So this is the Lee Craft House of 1857. Back when the Union soldiers took over Fort Macon and Beaufort during the Civil War, this is where the Union Marshal stayed. And back in the day, when you wanted to leave Beaufort, you had to get a pass. So you would come to this house to get a pass. And apparently there are still axe marks in the floors of this house from where Union soldiers would chop wood for the fire.
Hey guys, it is Kayla Waller with Waller Adventures, and I hope you like the walking tour of Beaufort, North Carolina. So I'm going to go ahead and say this right now to go ahead and get it out of the way. Being a Eastern North Carolina native and a Carteret County local for many years, I know there is more information on these homes and buildings that I am showing you in this 3-part video, but I am going about this as a tourist that has never been to Beaufort before, doesn't know anything about Beaufort, and I just went to the historic site and got all the information I need on the tours. Like seriously, I went to the Beaufort historic site and said, hey, what tours can I do in Beaufort? And they handed me all this information that I'm getting ready to tell you right now. The first way you can do this tour is with this. It is a walkthrough history pamphlet that you can get at the Beaufort historic site. So if you take a look inside the pamphlet, you can see all the descriptions of the homes and buildings that are in Beaufort. And each one has a number beside it, so you can pair it up with the map. So you can go to number 5, Oddfellows Lodge, 1831. And you can go to the map and go number 5 and see where it's located and what street. All the streets are named on the map. So this pamphlet is good for this tour because it has a map in it, so that way you can see where all these homes and buildings are located. So the second way of doing this tour is the audio tour that I did. I did it for the Beaufort Historic Site tour, and if you want to see that video, I put a link up to it at the top. So when you go to the Beaufort Historic Site, they will give you a QR code to scan so you can get the app, or you can do it this way. So the first thing you want to do is go to your app store and then hit the search. Go up to the top bar and type in UNIGUIDE, and it'll bring up the Uniguide audio tours and maps. And you click on it and it'll bring it right up. I already have it downloaded, so you're going to need to download it when you get to it, but so I can just hit open. But it looks like this. It has the orange little logo on the side, and it will say travel. So you open it. And since I'm not in Beaufort right now, it is bringing up everything around me in Florida. So you go to the search, and you type in Beaufort. And as soon as you type in Beaufort, it will bring up Beaufort, North Carolina. It'll bring up historic Beaufort, and it'll bring up the Beaufort Old Burying Grounds. So you want to click on the Beaufort, the historic Beaufort, and it will take you to this page. So for example, the Slough House.
The Slough House of 1768 was built by an English sea captain who settled at Beaufort. He promised his daughter that one day he would take her back to see her mother country of England.
So the audio tour that you can get on your phone is my favorite way of doing these tours. I also use it for the Old Burying Grounds tour. You'll see that in October for Halloween. The audio tour app will give you a little bit more information than the pamphlet will, so that's why I like it. But it's really great, so you can walk around and listen to it and actually enjoy looking at at the building or the house that you're looking at, so you're not sitting here reading. But both ways are really cool. So the third way of taking this tour is getting on the red double-decker bus. You've probably seen it in my crew bar video. I have a little shot of it. It was out giving tours that day. So this tour will give you a more and more in-depth of the buildings and homes in the area. The tour guides dress in period clothing, and it's a great tour to take when you're in Beaufort. So for me, the best way to do this tour is, it's kind of 50-50. If you have young children with you that don't want to walk, or if you have elderly with you that don't want to walk, then take the double-decker bus tour. You'll get the same information. You'll probably get a little more information than you will out of the audio tour and the pamphlet, but it's really great. It's one of my favorite tours there. So like I said in the beginning, I took this as I was a tourist coming into Beaufort, didn't know where anything is. So that's why I combined the audio tour and the pamphlet together, meaning I did the audio tour, but I took the map out of the pamphlet to help me, to guide me to where all the houses and buildings were. So if you want to walk around Beaufort and actually experience it firsthand and want to actually see the sights, then this tour is perfect for you. So to summarize, if you have younger children with you or elderly with you, take the double-decker bus, but sometimes it's a hit or miss because it's a seasonal thing, I think still. It normally runs in the summer. In the winter, they don't really do it. But if you want to walk around Beaufort, and if your party is okay walking around Beaufort and getting some exercise and just taking it all in, then do the walking tour and make sure to get the pamphlet so you can get the map with you. So like I said, I know there is more information on these homes and buildings. I'm just giving you the baseline information that the historic site gives everyone to do the tours and everything. But if you know more about any of the houses or buildings that you want to share, just leave a comment. So I know I've been getting this a lot on my Beaufort videos, but if you don't agree with the information that I'm giving you, that I am getting directly off of the app, the audio tour app that the Beaufort historic site gives you to do, then go up to the historic site and let them know, or just send them an email, or hey, give them a call and say, hey, I don't agree with this information, and discuss it with them. I'm just the middleman in this situation, I guess. I'm just trying to give you all the information that the Beaufort historic site gives people when they come to visit. Also, like I mentioned in the first part of this video, please, please, please be respectful when you take this walking tour. Stay on the sidewalks, because the sidewalk is public property, but as soon as you get off that sidewalk and go into the yard of whatever building or house that you're in, you're on private property. So please be respectful of the homeowners. There are people still living in these old homes. The people that live in these old homes know that they're on the tours, and they know that people are going to walk by and look and take pictures. But just please be respectful when you do this, when you take pictures. Don't shine flashlights in the windows. Just don't do anything crazy. Just stand on the sidewalk, listen to the tour, read the tour, admire it from afar, and go to the next one. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon to get notified on when we drop more videos like this one. Also check us out on Instagram and Facebook, and while you're on our Facebook page, go check out our shop where we sell the Beast Box from Rogue Magnetics, and we also have the Ann Street Inn cookbook for sale. Also, if you want to check out our big shop where you can get t-shirts, hoodies, drinkware, mugs, anything and everything. You can get masks, you can get some Joe Bob merch, you can get a Joe Bob trucker hat, and you can get some cool stickers. We will put a link in the description below to where you can check that out. We also have Halloween merch out between September 1st through October 31st, 2021. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.